For nearly 3 decades, ProviNET Solutions has been providing solutions you can trust.
Steve VanderVelde from ProviNET, and here for a special Mailbag Monday at the actual PointClickCare Summit. We got a really good question in this week and kind of cherry-picked this one for this event. And this question comes from David from Allentown, Pennsylvania. And he writes saying that they're looking to replace their EHR, possibly to find a provider that better fits their organization's unique needs. So what do we look for in an EHR when considering a replacement? What strengths and weaknesses should we be looking for? And to answer that, we're going to say it's probably no big surprise that there's strengths and weaknesses on all sides of the vendors that are out there. So there's no perfect solution. I think that's a pretty well-known fact. It's basically just finding which product has which strengths are most important to you and which weaknesses you're most able to live with. But I would say, in my opinion, it's just as important to look at the actual organization behind the product. So all of them are going to have a lot of the same bells and whistles and offerings. Looking at like business intelligence, they're all becoming more interoperable with other software, other providers with hospitals and all that. So a lot of them are going down those same paths. The needs are the same on a global scale for industries, but then looking at your unique needs for each provider that might be a little bit different. That's where we like to see the vendors really becoming a lot more involved and being more of a partner type agreement with your organization. So at the PointClickCare Summit here today, we heard a really great keynote session, and they made it pretty clear that that's kind of what they focus on, is not so much negotiating with their customer base, but collaborating. And that's what we really like to see. An organization that has staying power, that has been around for a good amount of time, has the backbone to drive the product forward as the landscape continues to change, and not so much thinking only about the product. Like, it's a very important part, but you also want to think about the actual business behind that product as well, and being able to feel that they got your back and that you're supported and that they're future-proof and going to be able to continue to support you as your needs evolve and change throughout the years. And in addition to that, we also say, going through those product demos, you're going to get the sales speech. I mean, that's goes without saying, and that's why we really like to say, take what you will from those sales demos, but also make it an imperative that you actually talk with other organizations who are using the product. They'll be a lot more transparent and blunt with where those strengths and weaknesses may lie, so you can make the decision on which strengths are most important to you and which weaknesses you're most able to live with. So really getting out, talking to other organizations on that product, getting their honest opinion of it, and actually doing site demos to see it in action. We really like to see that. And also, like I said, really looking at the vendor behind the product too, and assessing their responsiveness, their vision for the future, and their staying power, the power that they have behind them to continue to propel that business into the future. So that's kind of a really quick, high-level answer to the question, just to kind of think about things maybe in a different way, not so much looking at the product as much, but looking at the organization behind it. And really excited to be here at PointClickCare Summit this year in 2018 in Nashville, Tennessee. And if you're here or going to be here, please look for us. We're exhibiting. But thanks again, Dave, for sending in a great question. And we'll see you all next week. Thanks.